right. Hi, all. Happy to be here. Welcome to our monthly Back to the Basics call. So my name is Ketty. I've probably talked to a couple of you before here in our support. Here with me, I have our new member of the team, Austin. So he'll be fielding all of our Q&A. Just know we're here to answer any questions. Today is going to be fun. We are, as we've talked about before, mixing it up and going through all of our apps and giving a deep dive instead of giving a quick overview of overall audience. So today our deep dive is the Countdown app. If you are familiar, hopefully this can give you some tips and tricks. If you are unfamiliar, hopefully this can give you some ideas of something you could run this summer or upcoming, Q3, Q4. So after, I'll give a little preview of our help page, and we'll just discuss a little bit about our Idea Studio 2 and the things we have happening there. I do have a Q&A tab here, you'll see. Go ahead and fill in those questions we have while I am giving this, and Austin can answer those questions, but also please know that I can answer those questions as well. So ask questions is the solution here. But let's dive in. I want to get in and ask those questions and see what we can find with our countdown. I am going to create this app today from scratch, just so we can see a little more of the setup process and how this works versus using a template. So I'm going to jump in. Hopefully many of you do have the access to our countdown. It will look like this. I'm going to create my campaign here. As I jumped in, you will see your side panel and login information. This is just in your campaigns tab, and you'll come over to create a campaign. Now in that campaign, we do have many options. Like I said, today we are working on Countdown. What our Countdown app is a time-sensitive keyword contest. So if many of you have run keyword contests in the past, know that this is the way to do it, specifically focused on keywords. I'm going to open this up. Let's just make this fun and call this a cash contest, some kind of cash contest keyword. Let's start it. And like any basic setup that you've seen or made with us, it will have the same information. So you will scroll down and see your step 1 through 3. This will give you an idea of what that looks like when you have information you need to gather. Something a little different to keep in mind with keyword contests is the entry form is a little bit different. Instead of asking for an email information up front, it would actually ask you the keyword. So to give you a little example of what that would look like, this is our examples page here just to show you. This is what your keyword contest would look like. Instead of having to go ahead and say, here's my email address, yes, I approve, move on, it will first ask you, hey, what's the keyword? Now, more information can be added to this and explain what's going on, but I wanted to give you a basic understanding of what the actual entry form would look like to a user. So you have that perspective there. Now, besides, after they enter, then they will receive the initial sign-in page, the step 2, information they're gathering like we've discussed in the past, and then step 3, which will also gather more social fields and things like that. So very, very similar, but I wanted to make sure that that was defined specifically. Same things here. You will have any form setup, graphic uploads. I just want you to know that's available. But let me get into the good details here, which is actually how this runs. And that will be under the tab called Prizes up here at the top. So when I get into our Prizes tab, you'll be given 2 separate questions here. You can either generate prizes manually, or you can generate from a CSV. So if you have, 50 keywords and they are things that you're specifically running on a theme, I've seen things done through trivia, whatever those keywords are, you can go ahead and generate those and import them into the file here. So there's a couple details to keep in mind, just how it would want to be laid out so that it approves and accepts the keywords appropriately. You can go ahead and say skip days, all of that. So if you are doing any generated CSV files that you're importing, just make sure that you follow this setup a little bit so that it goes ahead and imports right. Today, since I don't have any keywords on hand, I'm going to go ahead and generate prizes manually. And how this would work is I would give a start and an end time. Now, usually, big, for example, here we're doing like a summer cash contest, we would run this. Let's do it for a month long. So we could start yesterday. Let's go ahead and just go to the 15th here. Doing a month-long contest, and then we determine how many keywords we want per day. Now, this will just determine, again, is this keywords running live? Are we doing these locally? Are we posting these online? Is this social media fielded? How is this being posted and represented? So just know when you get into the details here, you can change this, but once it's made, you might need to remake another contest. So go ahead and choose these wisely. Go ahead and say, let's do 3 a day. I feel like that's a good amount. And I can go ahead and say go. Now this will generate all of my keywords, 3 a day, give me the time period, when submissions are closed and when they are upcoming. So let me show you what that looked like. Since we've won live right now, every day will have a specific schedule. This is called the keyword scheduler. This can be moved around. So say we don't actually like the 12, 8, and 4. We're going to change this to a 7 p.m. and we can type that in to make it specific, but just to give you an idea, we can let's do a noon, and we can give it a 6 a.m. for the early risers. So this will give you a very specific time for when those keywords are open until they close and the new one opens. So those are the time periods of what that looks like. We can go down here and change out those keywords. So maybe you want to generate keywords from us, but then there's a couple that you want to make specific for those days or themes you're running. So that option's available. Say I'm like, I don't like paper. We're going to do water. And glitter is our current keyword going on live right now. You will see that here at the top. It will show you the amount of time it's been running. And then it will come down and say our next keyword, which is unit. And I'm going to say, oh, I don't love that. We're going to change it to sugar. So these will specifically tell you what's going on. You can title your keywords. This is really just for your own information to know. So if you're wanting to know, okay, this is on theme with whatever I have going on, you can give that information there. Next, you do see the status bars, which are pretty self-explanatory, but just know check means it's been completed. So we're past this point. In progress, the progressing rotating circle here, and then, going to come up the little yellow clock. So you have those times. These will be according to your time zone that your account's in. So just know that that's what you'll see there. And then you will see specific keyword sponsors that you can go ahead and add. This will pop up with the information showing the keyword. It will have the sponsors information. As you can see here, we can add an image, sponsor title, sponsor name. So maybe you're doing this, maybe one keyword for 10 days and you have 10 different local sponsors. You could add in sponsor's name, their site, a photo, and then give credit. Or, if you're being really good and organized about this, the keyword relates to your sponsor and you could field it that way. Something also to think about is there are the winners to these. So if you're having just an overall keyword winner, this is where you would go. This would be a huge thing for choosing, like I said, maybe one big winner every week. You could go ahead and click this at the end of the week and it will pull from the information you've gathered so far. If you're needing a specific winner per keyword, you can go ahead and choose that here. And that will just pop up. I have no information in here, so there's nothing for it to pull up, but it would pop up with the winner's information. Now this is enabled. Maybe you're doing 2 here and then realized Friday it's not going to work. We don't have the manpower to have a keyword running. Whatever the situation is, you can go ahead and disable the keywords that you need. So that's a little basic overview of the date and time, everything that would be here. Something to keep in mind with keywords, they are not case sensitive. So doesn't matter what you type in here, your user, not case sensitive, you don't need to worry about that. Obviously the spelling needs to be correct, but you can also have more than one keyword per section. So say I'm doing water, cat, dog. As long as I'm having a comma separated, which is mentions here just to keep a reminder, any of those keywords typed in will work for that hour. So you might ask, why would I want more than one keyword? Again, maybe this is a trivia thing and answers could be spelled differently, or maybe this is something that you're running that you feel like could apply to more than one thing, maybe household animals, I don't know. So that would just allow you to have more than one keyword there. I just want to show you what that look like. Just make sure, comma, space, word, comma, you're good. Again, friendly reminder, not case sensitive. So we're looking good there. This is our progress one. Let me show you what it's completed look like. So very similar to before, it will say awaiting winner selection. This is to help just show that, like, if you are having a daily winner or weekly winner or whatever it is, that this needs to be checked off. If you're not worried about it and you're doing, like I said, a weekly winner and it encompasses more than one day, then it's okay to have this popping up. It's just letting you know that there was no winner attached to this specific day. So keeping you a little more organized. Reason I do love this, I think, makes your life a little easier instead of running a keyword contest on a sweepstake. This gives you more manpower to adjust the schedule, picking winners, adjusting the times, again, attaching local sponsors. All of that is huge. That can be done in sweepstakes, but this makes it a lot easier for you to work within many keywords. We can go ahead and add a sponsor or prize title to the whole day. So we break this down, right? We have the whole entire contest. We could do a daily thing and we could do an hourly thing. So prize title, cash, and I can go ahead and add my prize sponsor, and that information will show up here when it's appearing, like I talked about in the background here before they enter in the keyword. All right. I think that's a good little brief overview of what that would look like. We can, like I said, this will pop in. You see all the days that I made it appear on. I can come in, I can disable this, and we can go ahead and look through it and you'll see, okay, we won't have any keywords that day and it will just be grayed out, which makes it really easier on you. This contest could be live and you can go ahead and disable. That doesn't have to be done beforehand. So keep that in mind too. This allows you a little more flexibility to change things as it goes. It allows you room to kind of have that space to work with your keywords. Now I see Anne asked a question. I'm going to answer this here. Can we set the keyword scheduler to be multiple day time periods? Yes. So you can. Again, depending on how many words you need, just go ahead and generate that at the very beginning, and then you can go ahead and change multiple daytime needs when you need that, and that can be moved around. So anything that you need, you can adjust that time to that time period. I hope that answers your question a little more specifically. But this could be changed, like you said, on app versus not being read on live. So it could listen to their own time, but they would still have that time period they would have to enter. So you could post these on your Instagram account, your website, whatever it is, and say open from 12 to 8 a.m. Enter in this keyword, and then 8 to 4 we have this keyword, and those can be changed to whatever you need to work. So perfect, glad that helped. Yeah. Really, just what to know about this as a whole is this is flexible. So allow it to be flexible, allow it to make your life easier if you're wanting to run keyword contests. As you saw, I put in the label here as the title that will pop up here. So maybe you have a prize here. Oh, cat's the only word coming to my mind right now. But say you're giving away a cat, how fun. That will pop up in the future and show you what that would look like. And you can go ahead and move those around. So those will be able to work within. Great. Well, again, we went over setup a little bit. That is very familiar at this point. I hope you have a better understanding of that step process Next, we had our prizes, and we have a couple settings here to go over. We can change time zones. So if there is child accounts, say you're running a syndicated contest, so your child accounts below your market are participating in this, you can run it based off of the time zone that you're implicating, or this can be adjusted to the time zone that they're in. So 8 a.m. Mountain Time, 8 a.m. Central Time, and then they align that way, or they're aligned, 8 a.m. here, 7 a.m. there. No, it would be 9 a.m. because hour behind. So that would help there with the child account time zones, just so you know that's available. Ask that question a lot. And then how long are you accepting keywords? So are you accepting 1 hour after the keyword starts? Are we allowing the whole time period between 12 a.m. and 8 a.m.? Are we allowing all of this? That's up to you. That's depending on how you want to run it, how it's being announced. But 1 hour is standard, but this could be however you want it to be. It could be open for 3 hours. Perfect. And then if you have any other things like prizes and you want to delete all of those out, you can do that. I don't know why you'd want to, but the option's available. So just know that that's there. That's just in your settings tab again in the prizes. Now we have our keyword submissions. This will look like a report, like a CSV file that will have all of the information that you have gathered. So anything pertaining to the keywords, this will have information here and you can download that info. It will tell you when it's updated, who's entered, what information's been entered, and then download that. Responses to the form fields, all that information is available. So just know that this information is being kept. You can go ahead and see it. There's a couple different sections here. We do have keyword, submission forms, the weekly, overall. So if you need kind of different statistics there, go ahead and look in the keyword submissions. It will give you those different reports pertaining to the keyword submissions, which might be a little confusing, but once you have information in here, you will see and it will show you exactly what you need to find. So perfect. There's no questions there. Let me know if you have any. Next would be stats. Like any other contest, we do have our stats tab. This is really familiar to many of you that have opened up any contests. It's the same thing. Any information we're gathering in our 1 through 3 first steps entry form, this will be available. We have our form entries here. And this will be, again, downloading every little detail. So that's the difference between keyword submissions and form entries. Form entries will have every little detail. So the person's information when they entered the IP address, their account, and the information they entered, plus all the keywords they entered. That's what this will have. Keyword submissions will have just specifically 50 people entered your keyword this day pertaining to this, So hopefully that clarifies that a little bit, but just to give you more of a breakdown, which helps, I think, if you're needing to track this and follow the prizes there. Great. Next is any other questions? So that's really the basic setup of a countdown contest. Everything else is, like I said, fairly familiar. We do have the prizes tab. That's where you'll spend your time here. Again, you can change things while it is live. So this isn't a, get in here once and feel like you can't touch it after it's live. You can. That's what it's meant to be adaptable to what you're working with. So I hope this helped a little bit. Any other questions while we're in here that I can answer? I'll give you a second to ask those if you have any that we can go over. Okay, looks like we're not having questions come through, and that's okay. Um, please know that we are here to help. We want to help. We have a bunch of different things and opportunities for you to reach out to us. Like I say, we do have that live chat within our platform, that little cloud, the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. Please write into us. We are quick. We want to help. We want to be good with being there for you and guiding you through it. So that's what we're here for. But reach out with questions, call us. We have our help page, we have our ideas page, and our email. So we're here for you, but best of luck. And I hope you have a really great contest. And I hope to see many great countdowns in the future. But have a great day, everyone, and take care.